Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IWN YouTube channel. I'm IWN, and this is your AEW Dynamite review. To those of you that were in the live chat for my AEW Dynamite November 30th, 2022 watch along, thank you for being there. We had a blast. We had a good time, man. We got to see some returns. We got to see a heel turn. MJF turning on William Regal. William Regal will probably be out for 6 to 8 weeks. This is an injury storyline, guys. It's not real, okay? It's a storyline. It's an injury storyline, okay? MJF didn't do that for real. This is scripted. All right? Let's be honest. Let's be for real, though. We had some ups and downs on this show. And we're going to go over those ups and downs here on the IWN YouTube channel. Also, I have your NXT news as well as your AEW Dynamite news coming out of Dynamite. And I also have your Monday Night Raw and NXT viewership. And I have all the rest of your WWE and AEW Wednesday night news that we're going to go over right after the review. Thank you guys for joining me here on this fabulous, fantastic Wednesday night. Sorry about that. My webcam did kind of have a few problems earlier, but we're great. We're all set. We're okay. As long as you guys can hear me, everything should be fine. If you guys are new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. And also, you guys can add me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also add me on Snapchat. The links to all of my accounts are in the description below. Now, I did have some bad news. At first, I found out that DirecTV was taking Fox off the program. And I was mad because at first I thought I didn't have any way of watching SmackDown. But guess what, guys? I got some good news to tell you, man. I really have a way to watch Friday Night SmackDown. So, I will officially still get to go live with my Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage watch-alongs here on the IWN YouTube channel. My SmackDown Rampage watch-along will be live this Friday night. So make sure you be there. I'm going to have the thumbnail and the backgrounds done, and I'm going to have the watch-alongs for both shows scheduled for this Friday. I'm going to start scheduling it tomorrow for Friday night. And also, I may be streaming Xenoverse 2 this Friday afternoon. I don't know. If not, I'll stream it next Friday. Because I haven't even bought PlayStation Plus yet, man. I haven't streamed games in a year, man. Oh my God, it's been a year since I haven't streamed any games on the PS4 live on YouTube. It's been a while. I want to kind of get back to that, you know. I don't want this channel to be all boring. I mean, I'm trying to make it somewhat entertaining, somewhat fun, somewhat cool. I'm trying to make this channel somewhat the best channel that it could possibly be, man. You know, I legitimately care about what you guys want to see on the channel. I'm all about giving you guys the content you want to hear, the content you want to see, the content that'll vest your time in watching. That's what I'm all about. And you can tell that I've been doing good with my thumbnails as far as this week goes. If you guys haven't seen my two of my newest thumbnails, go check them out, man. If you haven't checked out my Monday Night Raw Survivor Series reviews yet, go check those out. Go get those a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the likes and the support, the overwhelming support I'm getting from everybody. Keep it up, man. You guys are really, really exciting me, man. You guys are really, really warming my heart up, man. I never thought I would get this kind of support until now. I appreciate the support I'm getting. Keep on supporting me in my IWN YouTube channel in any ways you can, man. Going forward. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are on the road, officially on the road to 600 subscribers, man. On the road to 600, man. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting, guys. I apologize if I was late for the stream. If I was late for the review, I apologize, man. I had received some news, some AEW news from my sources, so I had to put the news in my description for me to give you guys. So immediately after the Dynamite review, I'm going to be giving you guys your WWE and AEW Wednesday midnight news. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with the AEW Dynamite review. Like I said, there was some good things on the show and there were some bad things on the show. The bad thing on the show was the Jade Cargill and Bow Wow situation. I didn't like it. I think it was phony. I think it was just boring, cringe, and lame. They are really... If Jade Cargill is not seeing that AEW and Tony Khan is using her and booking her like complete dog shit, man, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I really don't. Man, they really fucking do better with Jade Cargill. They really do. No shit. I feel like Anna Jay is falling off the face of this fucking division too, man. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Anyhow, Dynamite opened up with Jon Moxley. He made his entrance through the crowd. He made his entrance through the crowd. And I hope you guys can hear me too, by the way. A Moxley chant broke out once he was inside the ring. Moxley said he grew up roughly 90 miles from Indianapolis and used to wrestle there all the time. He used to wrestle there all the time. That's what he said. He legitimately said he used to wrestle there all the time. Moxley said he grew up roughly 90 miles from Indianapolis and used to wrestle there all the time. He said that was a long time ago. It's been a crazy ass ride. You never know. You never know. You never know what's around the corner, he said. Then Moxley said there are 3 certainties in life. There really are. In real life, there really are 3 certainties in life, man. I mean, he's not joking, man. Clearly. There are 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and Jon Moxley. He said one can out wrestle him or out hustle him. And then he says that nothing has changed. He's still at the top of the food chain. Moxley said he says and does what he wants, and the ring belongs to him. Moxley said there is no man within 100 miles. Within 100 miles has the balls to come out and tell him any different. I thought I put in all the news titles in my description. I guess I didn't. I'll have to do it again. Anyways, Adam Heyman Page made his entrance. Escalibur said Page was in to meet with doctors and had not been cleared to the best of his knowledge. Guys, I'm gonna cut the camera off for a bit. I gotta do some things for a while. I gotta do some things. I'm gonna still continue the review. I just gotta do a few things real quick. Now, Adam Heyman Page made his entrance. Escalibur said he was in Indianapolis to meet with doctors, had been cleared to the best of his knowledge. Page entered the ring, went face to face with Moxley. Are you sure you want to do this? Man, after what happened last time, Moxley asked, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not remember?" Page punched Moxley. They ended up at and called briefly until referees and security guards intervened. Moxley broke free and dove at Page, who fired back with punches. Moxley stood on the steps and dropped down. And Page broke free and traded more punches with Moxley. The referee and security guards brought Page to the stage. Moxley broke free, went after him, but he slipped on the edge of their entrance ramp. Moxley got up, went after Page. Then they were both pulled into separate entrance shots. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, from watching, obviously, Page had medically cleared. And it's good to see. You love to see it. I really, really like the idea back to Moxley versus Page for both wrestlers, you know, both megastars. Page's return was a nice surprise, and the pull-apart brawl was absolutely well executed. Hopefully, Moxley didn't do any damage when he was on the ramp. Because if he did, either he would be injured or Page would be injured again. Just saying. The best thing on the show, in my opinion, was the MJF promo. I really loved that. We're going to get to that here in just a minute. But the intensity, aggression, physicality worked. They resulted in an opening segment that set up a match with an inverted build in a desire on the part of the audience to see it play out. So, you know what the segment between Jon Moxley and Adam Heyman Page is leading to. This is leading to Jon Moxley versus Adam Heyman Page for AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming next Wednesday. This is going to be next Wednesday, guys. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be one of the best matches on that freaking Dynamite episode alone. I'm talking about the one after this one. It's going to be an absolute fucking banger. Trust me, you guys know what bangers are. You know that thing that Sheamus says on Twitter, bangers at the bangers at the bangers? Yeah, that. So Escalibur hyped up segments, and then Dax Harwood made his entrance for the opening match. Cash Wheeler came out with his FTR partner, then headed to the back. Escalibur said they had a newsworthy edition of Rampage on Friday, with FTR beating Top Flight to retain the Ring of Honor tag team titles, which was Harwood. Folks, I'm not lying. It was legitimately followed by Harwood, man. No joke. It was followed by Harwood challenging Bryan Danielson to a singles match. Danielson made his entrance. We got Bryan Danielson versus Dax Harwood. I was happy to see that we had 7 people in the live chat, man. Can we get those 7 people back again? Maybe. It all depends. Which is awesome chance started before the wrestlers locked up. Escalade announced that the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal will take place on next week's Dynamite. Why are they in the Battle Royal when he has already won the AEW Full Gear Elimination Tournament? I mean, this doesn't make sense. Ricky Starks cut a promo as if he was inserting himself into the Battle Royal. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. I don't get it. He already has a match against MJF for Winter is Coming. Why are we trying to get Ricky Starks involved in the fucking Battle Royals? This dumb shit, dumb creative I'm talking about right here, man. I just thought about that. It just came right at the top of my freaking head. Before I even tried to go over that match between, that instant classic matchup between Bryan Danielson and Dax Harwood. Can anybody that's watching this review tell me why? Why are they trying to add Ricky Starks to the Battle Royal when he is already booked to be the challenger for MJF's AEW World Championship for AEW Winter is Coming? So you mean tell me Ricky Starks is going to lose and then he's going to be in the Battle Royal and he's going to get wasted again, right? Is that what you're telling me? I think that's exactly what AEW is telling us. They're telling us that, not only that, but they're telling us that they don't give a fucking whole of shit about Ricky Starks. That's what that's telling me right there. If they don't give a fuck about Ricky Starks, they damn sure don't give a fuck about Andrade. Why do you think Adam Cole's not on television? My goodness. All this talent with so much potential kept off TV and Titus Catering for what? Off of AEW television and Titus Catering for what, man? Really? I don't get it. I don't understand this. This not logic, man. I don't get it. Why are we adding guys that have already gotten a title opportunity? Why are we adding guys that are already booked for Winter is Coming to the Battle Royal? Guys like Ricky Starks. Why? I don't get it. Anyways, I'm moving on. So, Danielson dumped Harwood to ringside, and then before I dive, heading into a pitcher break. Harwood performed a nice pile driver for a near fall. A short time later, Danielson crushed Harwood on the ropes and then climbed up behind him and threw elbows at him. Danielson stood on the top rope, went for a back suplex, but Harwood turned around and landed on Danielson. Yes, folks, I'm not kidding. He turned around and legitimately landed on Danielson, who then rolled through. Not Bruce from WWE. No, he rolled through when they hit the mat and got a near fall. Fuck Bruce, man. Later, Danielson connected with a kick for a 2. But came back with a slingshot lariat, or should I say a slingshot Liger Bomb. That was a very good slingshot Liger Bomb, by the way, for a near fall. Harwood applied a sharpshooter, which then broke by reaching the bottom rope. I see what they tried to do there. I do there, man. Nice. They went back and forth, rolling over pin attempts, and then Danielson applied a label lock and got the submission win. Congratulations to Daniel Bryan on his victory over Dax Harwood. Let's be honest, we saw it coming. We knew Daniel Bryan was winning this match. I mean, there's no way Dax Harwood was going to beat Daniel Bryan. No way. Dax Harwood is great, but Daniel Bryan is greater. All right? That's the way I see it. Now, this match looked great on paper and lived up to those expectations. Guys, you know what made this match even a good storyline built beyond Harwood's character, simply wanting to challenge himself. That's what it would have made this better. That legitimately what would have made this even better. I'm not kidding. Now, I know the match junkies don't care. These AEW, WWE, negative junkie shields immunity, man. They don't give a fuck. But I believe the masses do. That being said, the show is off to a really good start with Moxley and Angle, followed by this match. Those were two of the best things on the show. And there were more best things on the show that I'm going to mention. Now, on a side note, I did like the cosmetic AEW signs on the wall, bands on the main floor, opposite the hard camera. I see what you're trying to do, Tony Khan. I see what you're trying to do, man. I see you, man. I ain't stupid. I see what you're trying to do, man. Nobody's stupid here. Ricky Starks was interviewed by Tony Schiavone in the back area. Why is he teasing his Battle Royal entry when he has a title shot? I mean, or winter's coming. I mean, I still don't understand this shit. I still don't get it. Starks announced that he would enter the Diamond Battle Royal. Starks said he's coming for everything that MJF has. Heyman Page was being led through a backstage area by security when Jon Moxley popped up and hit him. A bunch of guards, referees pulled them apart. Then the broadcast team assumed that security would remove both men from the building. Renee conducted an interview from a sound stage in Nashville. Interesting. Nashville, huh? Oh, well, oh my, oh my. Well, I know I sound like Lieutenant Joe Kender from Investigation Discovery with that. Oh, well. But she sat between Daniel Garcia, Jack Howard, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker in the duo of Claudio Castagnoli and Willie Euler. Well, my. Well, my, oh my. Renee agreed to nullity. Hacker tossed Castagnoli a hat like his. I guess a hat like his, basically. But he can wear once he has to join the Jericho Appreciation Society, which why would you even want to break up the Blackpool Combat Club? One of the best factions on the AEW tag team divisions. Why? Why are they doing this? I don't understand. You could have broken up Jericho Appreciation Society instead of Blackpool Combat Club. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, man. Really. Jericho doesn't need guys like Jack or Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia by his side. Jericho is well capable of wrestling on his own. He's well capable of coming out on his own. He doesn't need anybody. That's just me. So Daniel Garcia, he doesn't need anybody. Daniel Garcia is capable of coming out on his own. Jake Hager doesn't need nobody. He's capable of coming out on his own. Sammy Guevara doesn't need nobody. He's capable of coming out on his own. Tay Conti doesn't need her husband to come out with him. She's capable of coming out to the ring on her own as a heel. All these heels are capable of coming out on their own. We don't need to see 5 heels coming out at once. Seriously. You gotta be kidding me. Even Anna Jay, she doesn't even need nobody to come out with her. She can come out on her own too. She did it as a babyface. She damn sure can do it as a heel. I mean, really. Anyways, Cassidy only stood up and said he's sick of sit-downs, and all of a sudden, all of it stormed off. Garcia said he would team with Hager to face Cassidy and Yuta. Yuta agreed to the match. So AEW this is a way of saying, oh, well, you know, since Castagnoli, Willa Yuta, and Jon Moxley Danielson could come by themselves as heel and baby faces, I guess we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna separate the freaking Blackpool Combat Club. That's AEW. That's what AEW is saying. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna Blackpool Combat Club instead of separating the Jericho Appreciation Society. Oh, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. Anyways, Garcia said he would team with Hager to face Castagnoli and Yuta. Yuta agreed to the match. Garcia needed to put the Ring of Honor Pure Rules match on the line at Ring of Honor Final Battle. Garcia agreed. So we got some AR Fox for the match that took place. Entrances for the TNT title match took place. But yeah, we got Samoa Joe versus AR Fox for that TNT title. The broadcast team noted that Fox got the title match due to Joe issuing an open challenge. Now listen to this, guys. Joe was in official control heading into a picture-in-picture commercial break. Do you not know how many commercial breaks we got already? We got like freaking tonight. We had got like 5-6 commercial breaks all over again, dude. They do not need that many commercial breaks. I'm telling you now. They only need at least like 3 or 4, man. And 3 or 4 enough. 5-6 commercial breaks? Come on, man. That's too many. Monday Night Raw and SmackDown are doing the same thing every week. Luckily, I have a way to watch SmackDown, and I'm happy about it. I can watch Monday Night Raw, but I work on Mondays, unfortunately. But don't worry, that's coming to an end soon because next year I'm leaving my job, and I will be able to go live for my Monday Night Raw, watch alongs, and be able to watch Monday Night Raw all over again. Now, announced that we're interviewing Saraya on Friday's AEW Rampage. Oh, great. We got to get the same old interview that we got, let's see, 1-2 weeks ago. Wasn't it the same interview we got before the Full Gear pay-per-view? You know, that interview where Britt Baker didn't show up. Remember that? Yeah. That's the same interview, except for Britt Baker's not going to be there again. Right? What's his interview with Saraya going to be about this time, I wonder? I can't wait. Fox performed a 450 splash on Joe for a near fall. Joe came back with a back elbow. Joe placed Fox on the top rope and then put him away with a muscle buster. A muscle buster with the win. So Joe retained his TNT championship over AR Fox. I mean, AR Fox wasn't going to beat Samoa Joe anyway. I mean, he's not on Samoa Joe's level. It's that simple. I don't know why they decided to put the TNT title on Samoa Joe at Full Gear when you should have put that TNT championship on Powerhouse Hobbs. I've said this for 2 weeks now. Why haven't you put the TNT championship on Powerhouse Hobbs? Why? Why you got to make a stupid decision by putting the title on Samoa Joe? He already has a championship. Why does he need a second championship? Why? Why? Guys, everybody that's watching the stream, didn't I discuss this? Didn't I not talk about this 2 weeks ago, man? Why are we just having, all of a sudden, we're having too many titles and too many talents on the roster, man? I really don't understand. I really don't understand AEW's logic, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. Do you guys understand it? If you do, tell me why. And I'm listening. Let me know in the live chats why. I'm listening. I'll read your comments. So after the match, Samoa Joe took the mic and boasted that he is the one true king of television. Yes, we know that, Samoa Joe. Did know. Thanks. Wardlow appeared on the big screen. So once he appeared on the big screen, it mocked Joe for slogan. It said it's almost as lame as the Wardlow name that he accused him of coming up with, just like it's almost as lame as them putting that TNT championship on Samoa Joe when they should have put it on Powerhouse Hobbs. Just like it's as lame as the fact that Jeff Hardy has to have a court date in a pretrial hearing, just like it is as lame as the SmackDown Women's Division with Ronda Rousey. God, it seems like she's bringing the SmackDown Women's Division down. SmackDown Women's Division's getting worse because of her, man. AEW Women's Division is doing better than the SmackDown Women's Division. Oh my God, can you believe it? Imagine that. Even the Monday Night Raw Women's Division is doing better than the SmackDown Women's Division. Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine that! You gotta love it. You love to see it. Oh man! Don't even get me started on Impact. I'm not even gonna go there with the Impact Women's Division. Don't even get me started, man. Nobody watches Impact, man. I've said it countless of times. Nobody watches Impact Wrestling. Nobody gives a shit about Impact Wrestling. These WWE negative AEW shields in the community better get Impact out of their heads, man. While they're still on Twitter. Better get Impact out of their heads while they can. Because next I'll be impacting their skulls. No, for real. I like the idea of blaming the heel for the awful Wardlow name that AEW was way too proud of. But then Wardlow used the corny Wardlow's World line again. That same line he used, time and time again. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You know what would have made this better? If viewers had been properly introduced to Fox's character and given some reason to root for him. Oh my God, isn't that the same way with Dax Harwood? Didn't we say the same thing about Dax Harwood? No. Except for we said that what would make the match better? A good story built beyond Harwood's character, simply wanting to challenge himself. But then when you go back to AR Fox, what would make this match better? What would make this whole storyline, or whether it is better, is that viewers have been properly introduced to Fox's character and given some reason to root for him. Now that sounds almost the same, doesn't it? You know that you guys are noticing what I'm saying, right? I'm combining both of them, and they both sound the same, almost. That's like the powers of Ultra and God Key. I mean, really. That's almost like combining the powers of Super Saiyan and Kaioken. Hell, it's almost like combining the powers of Super Blue and Kaioken times 20. My goodness, man. I mean, how smart can I get, man? How much of a genius am I to be saying all this? You never thought I would be on this Dynamite review and combine powers with whatever. I thought I'd be on here saying Kaioken. Imagine combining Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue. Never thought I'd be on here saying combine Ultra Instinct with Ultra Ego or whatever. Believe it or not, if you look up Ultra Ego, Gogeta, and Vegito, that will pop up in the search. Even if you look up Ultra God Vegito, he'll pop up in the search. I'm not joking. Legitimately. Even if you type in Super Saiyan God Goku, his picture will pop up. That's like combining opinions into one freaking paragraph. The way I'm saying both of these things. Like, legitimately. I'm not even joking. Wow, man. I am on fire. I mean, who wins as far as Wardlow versus Samoa Joe says? As far as Samoa versus Wardlow goes, man, common sense would say it cannot really be Wardlow. I mean, he's not TNT champion anymore. He's not. We know that. So I guess the winner for Samoa Joe versus Wardlow will be Samoa Joe. I mean, at the same time, it's one of the few Ring of Honor. It would be detrimental to the brand to weaken one of its stars. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like a bad approach, man. That sounds bad. Escalibur did reveal that AL Fox was officially signed to AEW. I do have some news on that. We're going to go over the news on that after the review. Not immediately after, though, because I have to give you your WWE Wednesday midnight news first. And, of course, Moxley and Page continued their backstage brawl with security once again interjecting themselves. I loved it, man. It was better than the Jay Cargill Bow Wow shit that they were showing on Dynamite. I'll tell you that. Why do they got Bow Wow on Dynamite? Get him off of TV. We don't need Bow Wow on TV, man. Seriously. Footage aired of Powerhouse. And first of all, this is not hip-hop. This is not rap. This is not rock. This is not pop. Future pop music. This is not a freaking BET Awards. Why do we have Bow Wow on TV? Get him out. That's all I got to say. Footage aired. Powerhouse Hobbs walking the streets of Oakland. He said he'd been bullied and beaten up, but it only made him tougher. A group of men who were gambling all showed fear when Hobbs walked by them. Hobbs entered a store in the first part of the video. A brief should I say a brief hook. Jesus Christ, I'm getting Hobbs with hook now. Oh my God. Hook video package aired. William Regal. They got carried to the stretcher. Got put in the back of the ambulance truck. Made his entrance. Yeah, that made me feel bad. The fact that MJF did what he did to William, I thought that was uncalled for. But it's a storyline. I can see the William Regal simps crying in unity. Oh, William Regal will be out 6 to 8 weeks. Relax. He'll be back. He ain't going anywhere. Jesus Christ. As far as I'm concerned, William Regal is expected to be with AEW for at least 3-4 years. So, stop bitching. Lord, excuse my language. Escalibur called Ringo a coward for showing up after he knew Moxley had been removed from the building. Oh, also, Ringo entered there was with something covered up. AEW World Champion MJF, he's going to be one of the greatest AEW World Champions of the AEW modern day era. This guy is a freaking magnetic. This guy is a mechanic. This guy is fantastic at what he does. His promos are freaking dope, man. This is the MJF we need to be seeing on TV. And I bet JD even saying this on his Dynamite review. This is the MJF that we need to be seeing on TV. This is the MJF that we need to see shitting on the crowd. The MJF that we need to see shitting on the men's locker room, calling out Daniel Bryan, calling out guys like CM Punk, guys like Jon Moxley, guys like Adam Heyman Page. That's the MJF we need to see right there. I love the heel MJF. It's the babyface MJF. I tell you, God, the babyface MJF would be absolutely horrible. MJF even said it himself. That news of MJF not wanting to be babyface. He said it himself. He doesn't be a babyface. I mean, do you blame the guy? It doesn't fit his character. The heel is what fits MJF's character, not babyface. Heel. MJF is doing the best work of his career. He also the biggest promo of his career, too. And when you read it, you might as well say introduce the AEW World Championship. A new AEW World Champion he introduced. MJF's got good things going for him right now. You gotta love it, man. The AEW, WWE in the community are crying that CM Punk and Jon Moxley are not AEW World Championships anymore. Get over it. Get over it. Deal with it. MJF is now the AEW World Championship, and Jon Moxley and CM Punk are no longer your AEW World Championships. Are no longer your AEW World Champions. Deal with it. Adam Heyman Page, no longer an AEW World Champion. Well, Jon Moxley, CM Punk, Adam Heyman Page are former AEW World Champions. The current, as far as I'm concerned, the only current AEW World Champion is MJF. He's not undisputed. He's current AEW World Champion. The only undisputed AEW World Champions we had was CM Punk. That's it. MJF, as far as I know, MJF could come out next week with one title, not two. Hopefully not two. Hopefully one. Hopefully he's doing what Jamie Hayter's doing. Now, MJF was introduced by William Regal. MJF made his entrance and hugged Regal once he entered the ring. MJF said he knows the fans aren't very bright and told them to keep their hillbilly mouth shut. Something Jim Cornette would say on his podcast. I know. Trust me, I know Jim Cornette, man. I know him. I know he would say something. MJF read an email that concluded with Regal telling him not to use the diamond ring and encouraging him to use the brass knuckles. MJF said he's come to respect. He said they sensed weakness in him and attacked. He would have done the same thing. I believe that story. He would legitimately have done the same thing, man. He really would have. He really would have, man. You guys don't. Now, MJF recalled saying, out with the old and in with the new. Hey, guess what? I'm in with my shoes, man. No. But he said the title belt made him want it to gag. He said the belt is tacky and lacks class. More like wacky to me. It reminds him of the man who held it previously. MJF said they were all talented in their own right, but none of them are on this level. MJF removed the title belt and called it garbage, just like all the fans. I thought he was going to say all the stands in the community. Something JD says. Well, something he used to say. MJF had Ringo remove the covered belt that was on the podium. The later had MJF's Burberry scarf design. MJF called it the Triple B. Shoot, I call it the Triple A. Triple C to the D to the E to the F to the G. Now, the big Burberry belt. MJF said one deserves to hold the title except him. He called Eddie Kingston a fake tough guy. Eddie chant broke out. MJF said the fans could chant his name all they want. Kingston never will be champion. MJF called Ricky Starks a fake tough guy too. MJF called Dick Danielson the middlest of mid-fake wrestlers. Oh man, this guy's funny. He's hilarious. MJF said that compared to him, Danielson couldn't wrestle his way out of a wet paper bag. That's like saying Daniel Bryan can't even sag his own pants. Man. MJF told Ringo he meant no offense because he knows that Ringo tried with Danielson. MJF addressed the locker room and boom, he said they won't know what it's like to be on top while he's around. The hell's that sound outside? Anyways, he said he will be the champion all the way until the bidding war of 2024. He said he would use the new belt as a bargaining chip. Like a bargaining chip, I guess he said, to get his new deal. Make more money in one day. The fans make it in their lives. Spin the wheel, make a deal, man. Make me some seals. Or some sea lions, maybe. MJF said he prays that the right con pays up. MJF said he wasn't talking about Tony. He was specifically talking about my boy, Jolie, Old S, Nick, and my other boy, the game Trips. I know what he's talking about. You think you got me fooled, MJF, but I know you were meant to mention Triple H's name on Dynamite. You were trying to mention the name Triple H. Yeah, you're stupid, man. I think he rarely just mentioned what he mean by my boy Joey OST Nick and my boy the game Trips. He's referring to Nick Khan and Triple H. Oh my goodness. If that's not a sign that MJF is on his way out of AEW in 2024, man, I don't know what else to do. And if that's not a sign that he's going to be signing with WWE after his contract expires, it's not funny. It's not even funny. That right there, when he said my boy Joy OST Nick, my boy the game Trips, that should be enough to be right there. It's not going to be in AEW for long. It should be enough to tell you that he is going to tease his signing with WWE and tease his AEW exit in 2024. But anyways, he says, MJ says, tired of looking at disgusting pro wrestling fans on a weekly basis, that maybe Hollywood would win more. It's hour 2 of AEW Dynamite episode 48, and MJF said he's not deaf. He's not deaf. And he knows that some of the fans were over the moon when he became their champion. He said the fans are Finkel, and they will eventually say he's boring, never wrestles, talks too much, and is a coward. MJF said those fans would tune in every week. Every single week, hoping to see someone Triple B from him. Now, MJF then said the belt will be defended very rarely, and he will wrestle very rarely because he's a special attraction. You guys better have a faction to be. Never mind that. It's gonna take. It's gonna take more than a faction to be MJF. If you want to talk about special attraction, it's gonna take more than a tag team to be MJF. It's gonna take more than Braun Strowman to be MJF right now. He said that the fans will need to reach into their pockets to pay to see him wrestle. He said his title reign will make Hulk Hogan, JBL's, and Jeff Jarrett's reigns seem short and sad. His title reign would make Bruno Sammartino roll in his skinny little grave. MJF said his reign of terror has just begun. MJF told Regal that he nearly forgot something. MJF pulled breast knuckles out of his pocket. A "shut the F up" chant broke out. MJF told Regal that without the breast knuckles, none of this would have been possible. MJF said Regal loves the business, encouraged the fans to give up for him. MJF walked behind Regal, said, "From the bottom of my heart," and then hit Regal from behind with the breast knuckle. MJF recalled Regal telling him he had a lot to learn, and yet Regal is the one who made a deal with the MJF did a play in the email that Regal sent him years ago, then left the ring while the broadcast team expressed concern for Regal due to his medical history. Bryan Danielson ran out and joined the trainer in checking on Regal, who was still down in the ring after MJF exited through the crowd. He was with a collar and placed on a stretcher, which I just said. That's the one I mentioned earlier in the review. This was MJF's finest promo ever. This was the biggest promo that he's ever cut in his career. Even his best is still very good. The introduction of the new belt went on longer than it needed to. Really. His speech peaked at the end, got the desired boos from the live crowd. There have been rumors of Regal potentially returning to WWE at some point, despite having left on his deal. But, nah. I think William Regal still has 3 years left with AEW. I think that's why. I don't think he's leaving. I think he's staying with AEW. I mean, look what WWE did to William Regal when Vince and Bruce was there. They got rid of William Regal. When Vince and Bruce was there, in fact, they got rid of William Regal. I bet you William Regal was gone before Johnny Laurinaitis took over as head of creative and talent relations. Even though Johnny Laurinaitis is not there anymore, he's gone, which I'm glad. Bruce is still there. Only time will tell when he'll be gone from the company. I sure hope they get rid of him sooner rather than later, man. My God. Let's say Vince McMahon and Bruce are still working with WWE under the shadows. I mean, you never know. It could be. But only time will tell whether this was meant to write him out. No, I think he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, and I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to sign a 3-year deal with AEW. I think he's going to be there for 3 years. That's my opinion. William Regal was shown. We'll see, though. William Regal was shown being loaded into the ambulance. Bryan Danielson hopped in the ambulance, and then it left the building. Ricky Starks made his entrance for a match against Ari Daivari, which was a waste of everybody's time. The entrance was not televised, which was another waste of people. At the time was this match, because it was a squash match. Remember, I don't like seeing squash matches on my television. I don't know why we're seeing all these squash matches on Dark Elevation, man. They need to get those off Dark Elevation. Nobody wants to sit and invest their time in watching boring, god-awful matches like that. We want to see real matches, real competition. We don't need to see these freaking 59-second, 20-second squash matches. No. That's not what the audience came to see. The audience came to see some real professional wrestling, and we need to start seeing that on Dark Elevation, like we're seeing it on Dynamite and Rampage. Legitimately, I'm not even joking. Stanley Holloway interrupted and walked into the stage with Ethan Page. Matt Hardy got in front of them and played to the crowd. Page said they own Hardy and said Hardy will be helping him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Hardy headed to the back while Page got a promo on Starks. They need to get Hardy the fuck away from Ethan Page. Get Ethan Page and Matt Hardy for anything. Separate these two men. They need to really break up the firm, dude. That's what they need to do. Break up the firm. Please. Please break up the firm, dude. I don't know why they had come up with the faction firm in the first place. Lee Moriarty is capable of coming out on his own. He's capable to wrestle on his own. It seems better. Same with Will Marcy. Same with Ethan Page. Austin and Colton Gunn, keep them together. They are better together. They don't need to be in some freaking faction known as the firm. The firm is dropping like flies. I can see. I mean, AEW hasn't even done anything important with them. I mean, why do we still have faction on TV? Break them up. If you're not going to do anything good with them. That's all I'm saying, man. So we got Ricky Starks versus Ari Daivari. Daivari attacked Starks while he was distracted by Page. Then Starks came right back and hit his Rochambeau finisher and scored the pin while Holloway and Page on the stage. Ricky Starks pretty much defeated Ari. This was a waste of time, even though the match was exactly what it needed to be in terms of building up momentum for Starks heading into his upcoming AEW World Championship match. That's all I'm going to say to that. Everything else about the match was just a huge upset. The world would think about adding Starks to the battle royal when he already has a title match. It's what I still want to do. So what I'm still trying to figure out. Anyway, this champion, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, and Rebuild were involved, or should I say interviewed, in the backstage area by Siobhan. Baker brought up the sit-down interview with Saraya. Hayter suggested that Siobhan conduct a sit-down interview with her. And this is for the next match took place. We got Anna Jay versus, you know who. You know. Oh, you know what I'm about to say, man. Willow Nightingale Jay took offensive control and performed a breaker from the middle, heading into the picture-in-picture break. I don't want. I'll tell you what I'm going to be heading into after the review, going over your WWE and AEW Wednesday Midnight News, because I can't wait to the exciting news that I have. You got it. Jay went for the Queen Slayer, but Nightingale avoided it. Nightingale set up for her finisher. She was distracted by Mello climbing onto the apron. Nightingale set up for her finisher, but she was distracted by Mello climbing onto the apron. Nightingale knocked Mello off the apron. Jay rolled Nightingale into a pin for a Nightingale. Right back with a lariat and a Dr. Bomb. I was thinking they were going to say Dr. Pepper. No, I'm kidding, man. They went for the Dr. Bomb. She went for Dr. Bomb and scored the pin. So Nightingale made a quick exit because she knew that the heels were after her after they lost. And Jay, not they, because it wasn't in the match, and the Jay was. The heel duo were about to leave. Ruby Soho's entrance music played. We got the return of Destination Knows. Ruby Soho. So her music played. Jay left the ring. Soho entered behind Mello from nowhere. Mello's too busy running a mouth. Not realize and was aware that Soho, but Ruby Soho was right behind Mello. Right behind Mello. Like Jello. And took her down. In return, it was taken out by Soho. Mello tried to leave, but Soho caught her on the ramp and headbutted her. Solo's hometown crowd chanted, "Welcome home," and then hit Destination Unknown to Mello on the stage. So pretty much, babyface Ruby Soho was standing tall over both. That was it there. This was a very, very fantastic, incredible, nice return for Ruby Soho, who gives the women's division some need juice. A needed desperate boost as well. Huh. Much needed fresh of new stars, so to speak. I mean, that's just me. That's just me, man. I don't know. The actual match was fine, but before it was overshadowed, the footage aired of House of Black's return on last week's show. Siobhan interviewed Orange Cassidy and QT Marshall in the backstage area and noted that they agreed to no physicality. Fatality. Yeah. To ask for a shot at the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Cassidy cut him off and said he has the match. No, please don't harass me, man. Marshall added that he wanted a lumberjack match on Rampage. Marshall quickly agreed and then walked away. We got this cringy bound Jade Cargill segment. Cringe unhinged, no doubt about that. TBS champion Jade Cargill made her entrance with Layla Gray and Red Velvet. She said Cargill said she got rid of the trash last week, Kiera Hogan. I bet that did not sit well happy with DeMonte. I'm pretty sure DeMonte was watching. You know, that's Kara Hogan. I mean, I'm pretty sure she wanted to go in there and beat some sense into Jade Cargill, but can't because Jade Cargill already beat Dominic, or she already defeated DeMonte to successfully retain her TBS championship. I'm sure you guys remember that match between DeMonte and Jade Cargill. Well, Jade Cargill rightfully destroyed DeMonte. Not even a Puerto Rican badass female could beat Jade Cargill for that title. That's what that told us right there. So she then said, Jade Cargill then said it's a blessing to stand next to her. She told Gray and Velvet to get in line or they could step. Cargill said they eat off her just as the entire company does. Cargill said she's the star of the company. Yes, company, but she's not getting booked like one. She's not getting the title like, well, she is defending the, she's not getting used and booked like one. Instead, she's getting used and booked like dog shit. And that's not good. AEW needs to book and use their talent better on TV sometimes. It same goes for WWE. If you can use and book Zayn and the Bloodline better, you can book everybody else better on TV. If you can book and use MJF, Jon Moxley, and Adam Heyman's Page better, you can use everybody else better. You can book everybody else better on AEW television. It's that simple. Now, there was some cheers. But before he said nobody had her face or her body or her orb. Cargill said she puts asses in seats. The only person that's putting asses in seats is MJF. I mean, let's be honest. I said it on the watch along. Here I am saying it again. There were some cheers from the crowd. Cargill said she wrestles for bad bitches and had the cameras show additional baddies in the crowd. I would have never said that, but okay. I mean, that's Jade Cargill for you. I mean, that's her freaking baddie gimmick. Right? Cargill said, little Bow Wow. Yes, folks. The old rapper, Frank and the Attitude Bow Wow is a joke. That's what Jade Cargill said. Bow Wow appeared on the big screen and said he has a lot of time on his hands now that he's done touring. I mean, at this point, nobody has any idea. Oh, it's cringe if you ask me. That's what it is, cringe. Cringe is what's happening with Bow Wow and Jade Cargill. That's all I can say to that one. That segment wasn't good. Get that segment off of television. Never show Bow Wow on TV ever again. They really embarrassed Bow Wow. They really booked Bow Wow and used him like he was nothing. Waste of time. Waste of time, dude. Wasted Bow Wow for no legit reason. And Bow Wow had no business. He has no business on professional wrestling television. No, whatsoever. He's not even a freaking wrestler. What is he doing there? Same with Logan Paul. Why did they book Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns? Is what I want to know. Oh, that's right. Because they didn't. Roman Reigns had no other legit opponent. Go figure. For my sake, I hope Logan Paul doesn't show up for WrestleMania 39 because nobody needs Logan Paul. Logan Paul could be sitting in seats. Celebrities need to be sitting in seats, not being booked in matches to wrestle. That's not what celebrities should be there for. They should be there to watch the WrestleMania matches, not there to wrestle. Plain and simple. That's all I'm saying. That. Same with Bow Wow. Bow Wow should have been in a seat watching the show instead of appearing on a screen. Why do you have him appearing on the screen, man? When they know damn well that he's not a wrestler. Come on, man. Seriously. He's not even an actor. Give me a break. Excalibur announced the following for AEW Rampage versus QT Marshall for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee speak. I wonder if Swerve Strickland's going to do what he did to Billy Gunn and apply it to Keith Lee. Makes me wonder. Then we're getting what I want to know is why are we getting Darby Allin versus Cole Carter in the opening match? As if anybody's going to be watching that. I mean, Darby Allin is great. Don't get me wrong. Cole Carter, I don't know. Different story. Cole Carter, different story. Darby Allin, yeah, he's great. And it says Renee's sit-down interview with Saraya is going to be on Rampage. And then we're going to be seeing Private Party versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Oh, my God. Why are they fucking using Jeff Jarrett on TV? Shouldn't Jeff Jarrett be retired? Shouldn't he be focusing on booking calendar events? That's what he's there for, right? Why do they got to book Jeff Jarrett to wrestle? He just got for fuck's sake, he just got an AEW job. He just got a job in AEW. His job is not to wrestle. His job is to book event calendars. I mean, am I wrong? The hell we got here, man? What are we doing here? Really? Backstage, Billy Gunn played drill Arthur while asking the acclaimed Matt Caster. And Anthony Bowens questions that. Long story short, now that is something I missed. That's it. They will speak on AEW Rampage and scissored at the end of the brief. They're scissor me down. That cringe on the show. Excalibur announced the following for AEW Dynamite. The Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia versus Claudio Castagnoli, Killer Yuta. Tony Schiavone conducts a sit-down interview with AEW Women's Champion. Oh, yeah! I'm excited, man! No, I'm excited. I can't wait. Can't wait to see that sit-down. I wasn't being smart when I said it, obviously. Jamie Hayter is one of my favorite AEW female talents on that AEW Women's roster in the AEW Women's division. He said more matches will be announced on Rampage. Oh my, I can't wait to see what other matches we're going to get. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be awesome. Now, the Elite made their entrance to carry on Wayward Son, and then Death Triangle made their entrance. The Elite left the ring and brawled. Yes, folks, I'm not kidding. They legitimately left the ring and brawled. I'm not making this up at all. I mean, if you guys were in the live chat with me during my AEW Dynamite watch along, you would know already. So those of you that don't know, sit back and listen, because I'm about to tell you what happened in this main event, in this fantastic main event trios match between Triangle and the Elite. So, the Elite made their entrance to carry on Wayward Son, like I said. The Elite left the ring, brawled with Death Triangle. Excalibur noted that the match had not officially started, and the teams continued to brawl, heading into a picture break. So this is what happened between these two teams, these two trios teams. Death Triangle entered the match, leading the series 2-0. And remember what I had on my thumbnail. I said the Elite finally beats Death Triangle to make it 1-2 instead of 2-0. But the Elite Roll Death Triangle members inside the ring, the referee, Rick Knox, called for the bell to officially start the match. So then, Matt went for a kick from the ring and took out Knox. Man, he took out Knox. I think he took out Knox by accident. I think this was a mistake. This was a mistake on Matt or Penta's hand. But yeah, Matt went for a kick from the ring, took out Knox by accident when Penta moved. Abrahantes passed a ring bell hammer to Penta, who returned to the ring, performed a flip dive on the Elite Trio in the ring. So when he did that, Penta wanted to use the hammer, but Phoenix stopped him. A short time later, Penta hit a package pile driver on Omega for a near fall. This is awesome chance broke out. This is awesome. From the fans in the arena. But, yeah, this is awesome chance broke out. Matt performed a double suplex on Penta, Phoenix, and PAC, who was wearing his face shield. Took out Matt with a kick. PAC and Omega fought on the ropes. They fought on the ropes. And then Omega punched the face shield. PAC headbutted the shield. Performed an avalanche Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Now that was a really nice avalanche Falcon Arrow. I'm sure you guys know what that is. That was really nice. That was really nice. That was spot on, fantastic. Not gonna lie. Now, so he went for an avalanche Falcon Arrow for near heading into a picture-in-picture break. So when they came back from picture-in-picture break, listen to this, guys, if you're still in the live chat. PAC toyed with Omega, came back with a V knee coming out of the break. PAC suplexed Omega, who shot right up and put down with a lariat. Now, Nick and Phoenix tagged in. Yes, they are tagging. They were just now tagging in. And Nick got a near fall on Phoenix. So the Bucks hit more bang for your buck on Phoenix. But Penta broke up the pin attempt. So then the Bucks set for a BT trigger on Phoenix. PAC and Penta broke it up. Omega Ran ended up taking a cutter from Phoenix. Penta and Phoenix hit a fear factor on Matt. Phoenix and Penta onto the Omega Nick at ringside. Well, PAC covered Matt for a near fall. PAC performed a brainbuster on Matt for another 2 count for the broken arrow. But Matt put his knees up. Matt covered PAC, scored the pin. After the match, Omega took the mic, said it was never going to be a sweep as long as the cleaner was in town. Omega delivered his 9 closing, and then had Carry on Wayward Son play again. Excalibur went into speed reading mode to plug up matches to close the show. Now, the usual craziness from these teams, and fortunately, we did have another hammer finish. Overall, guys, the show started really strong and then fell apart to some extent because of that Jade Cargill Bow Wow-ish. The issue of nothing getting a chance to breathe continues to be an issue 3 years in. 3 years in, man. Let me tell you guys the best things on this week's episode of Rampage, or this week's episode of Dynamite, in my opinion. Here I go getting Rampage mixed up with Dynamite. God damn it, man. But seriously, let me tell you guys the best things on this week's episode of Dynamite, in my opinion. The best things on this week's episode of Dynamite was that fire promo from MJF. The Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay match. And that freaking Death Triangle versus Elite series, best 7 series, match 3. Those were the best matches. Those were the best things on this week's episode of Dynamite, in my honest opinion. And the Adam Heyman Page, Jon Moxley brawl. That's pretty much it. And seeing Jamie Hayter on television, it was great to see her. But that's pretty much it, guys. Everything else on this show just completely had me uninterested, as far as I'm concerned. That Jade Cargill Bow Wow shit was just awful. Absolutely awful. It was absolute cringe. It really was. I think that was the only thing on the show that made that brought Dynamite down. Ultimately, to be honest. That Samoa Joe versus AR Fox match, it went that bad. I mean, given that it should have never been booked for Dynamite, I mean, nobody asked for it. Nobody asked for a Ricky Starks versus whoever Ricky Starks went against in that squash match. Oh, Ari Daivari. Nobody asked for a Ricky Starks for Daivari squash match. I don't know why they put that on there. Everything else was great overall. Guys, that's going to do it for the AEW Dynamite review. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up if you didn't. Or if you did. Again, I'm going to say this one last time. If you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review, hit that like button on the stream. And you guys know the other thing. You know what to do. Subscribe if you're new, of course. And turn that bell for all notifications. And make sure when I schedule my watch alongs and reviews, make sure you push the notify me button so you'll be notified on when I go live for my watch alongs and reviews, because I feel like some of my subscribers are not doing that. So I need all my subscribers to start doing that from here on out. So that way everybody won't miss all of my SmackDown, Dynamite, and WWE, AEW pay-per-view watch-alongs and reviews. They're live every single week. Specifically, my Dynamite watch-alongs, SmackDown watch-alongs, AEW Rampage watch-alongs and reviews. Guys, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I will be right back. The reason why I had my camera off because I was trying to finish. I didn't really want you guys to think that, oh, he's got his freaking camera off because he doesn't want nobody to see him. No. I don't mind you guys seeing it. I had to edit some things, man. I had to do some things as I was going over Dynamite with you guys, and plus I'm still editing the description. I'm still putting the news article titles in the description. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when I get back from break, I'm going to be going over your WWE and AEW Wednesday midnight news that I should have already went over, and I didn't. I took longer than I thought, but it's okay. I did want to get some things off my chest, though. There were some things on the show that I didn't like, and there was a lot of things on the show that I did like. So, don't go anywhere, guys. You're doing AEW Wednesday Midnight News is coming up next here on IWN YouTube channel. I will be right back. and gentlemen, it's time for me to give you guys your donating in AEW Wednesday midnight news here on the IWN YouTube channel. Before I do that, since I loved the promo that MJF cut in the ring this week's episode of Dynamite, I want to go ahead and give you guys my real thoughts on everything that was booked on this show. We're going to start with the Jon Moxley and Adam Hangman Page's explosive start. So as far as the Adam Hangman Page Moxley segment brawl goes, I think this show with Moxley and Adam Hangman Page started off to a red hot start. It really did. I mean, the red hot start to the show, true chance of letting them fight. I mean, the sign of an effective match, something fans wanted to see more of. Page and Moxley are bona fide main event talent in AEW, no question about it. And more importantly, the fans believed him. The fans really, really believed him, man. But as far as this Jon Moxley and Adam Hangman Page segment goes, the intensity, the aggression, the physicality here works, resulted in an opening segment that set up a match. Well, Winter is coming. An inverted built in a desire on the part of audience to see it play out. Obviously, we're getting Jon Moxley versus Adam Hangman Page for AEW Dynamite winners coming next week. That should be a good, very, very good Dynamite episode with that match being booked for that show. They haven't announced the match yet, but it will be on there, trust me. Oh, it'll be on there. It is going to be on there, man. Trust and believe that. That is all I got to say about Jon Moxley and Adam Hangman Page segment. My real full thoughts on Daniel Bryan versus Dax Harwood. Let's be honest. There was considerable excitement across the internet the moment that match was announced. And oh man, I'm going to tell you guys that it did not absolutely disappoint, man. Absolutely did not disappoint. I'm telling you right now. It was a match of the year candidate? No, not quite. But it didn't really have to be. Now, the match that will be a match of the year candidate will be MJF versus Daniel Bryan, more than likely. MJF versus Bryan Daniels. It was still a hard-hitting affair with some great technical wrestling. It really was. Even a better timing and a finish that put over Danielson, but did not damage Harwood's credibility in the process. Now, post-match embrace reminded fans that both men are babyfaces, so will remain that way. More importantly, it was a show of respect between two great professional wrestlers who helped carry the promotion on their backs here in 2022. Now that is my thoughts. That's my full thoughts on the Bryan Danielson versus Harwood match. Now my real full thoughts on Samoa Joe versus AR Fox. Slow. Joe was slow and methodical. Fox was flashy and once again broke out his beautiful finisher to no avail. Now the focus was clearly on establishing the champion and highlighting him ahead of Ring of Honor Final Battle, where he will presumably battle Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Now, who wins this match? I said it in the beginning. Of the Dynamite review, and I'm going to say it again. Who wins? That is anyone's guess. Common sense would say it can't really be Wardlow. It's going to be Samoa Joe. More than likely. We'll have to find out, though. As if anybody's watching Ring of Honor. I know I'm not. Well, thanks. I'll pass. I'm not watching that shit. At the same time, as one of the few faces of Ring of Honor, it would be detrimental to the brand to weaken one of its stars. In case those of you didn't know, Samoa Joe is a star. So don't ever say that Samoa Joe is not a star, because he is a star in his own right. I mean, look how many championships he's won in almost every wrestling promotion he's been in. That alone should tell you that he's a star. That alone should tell you he's a mega star, too. Well, you're at it. Really. Now, as far as my full thoughts on the MJF promo goes, this was my favorite, best thing. This was my number one favorite, best thing on this week's episode of Dynamite. I loved the promo from Jon Moxley. Wow. I mean, I love the promos from MJF. Wow, Jon Moxley could do promos too, but MJF cut a better promo than anybody in that men's division. This was one of MJF's biggest promos of his career. No doubt about it. MJF cut another stellar promo that introduced his reign of terror. It actually teased Danielson as the top contender for his title. He was brilliant, reminding fans of the bidding war of 2014, promising to hold the title until then, and in the process, making the reigns of other top villains look short in comparison. Then, in a shocking moment, he flattened Ringo with his diamond ring. Commentary team did solve the gravity of the moment. Danielson rushed to the ring to check on his mentor, complete with a missing boot to sell the idea that he was in the trainer's room. Now, the somber voices of Escalade Bartez and Tony Schiavone are concerned on the faces of those involved. The ambulance angle really put MJF over for being the villain he is, for targeting a legendary figure with well-known health issues. It was great. Fantastic. Brilliant. It's a storyline. It's not real. It's scripted. Danielson kicking the ever-loving crap out of MJF. Let me tell you, that is going to be a ton of fun. It will likely be the match of the year candidate. I just said that not so long ago. Can't believe I'm saying it again. It will likely be the match of the year candidate that the American Dragon has lacked this year, and a fundamental moment for the heel's reign. This was all sorts of greatness from guys who all know and understand what it takes to get an angle of this match. This was great. This was booked picture perfect. Now that is what I call long-term booking right there, man. That is as long-term booking as it gets. Like really. Like for real. That is my thoughts on that MJF promo. Now, as far as my thoughts on Ricky Starks versus Arya Daivari, I guess there is nothing wrong with it. I mean, if anything, Tony Khan probably deserves props for finally booking an undercard program to make use of the criminally mismanaged Starks in the always entertaining page. But at the same time, this was a waste of everyone's time. I mean, they barely even tried to use Rick Starks on TV. They only gave him like a 59-second match against Arya Daivari. That was it. It was a squash. I hate watching squash matches. They're boring. They really are. Now, the fact that Page bluntly laying out his entirely heel plan is such a great stereotypical bad guy thing. Think of every bad guy in any Scream film. And as far as Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay goes, my thoughts on this, I mean, to be honest, this match, it was solid, but it absolutely would have been benefited from a bit of build beyond the multi-team match we saw a week ago. Now, don't get me wrong. Willow Nightingale is star. But, as is Anna Jay, fortunately, the later was there, simply to set up a post-match attack on her friend, which should relate in another secondary program, but helps neither of the women actually involved in the contest itself. Following the contest, TBS champion Jade Cargill made her way to the ring alongside the baddies Red Velvet and Layla Gray. I mean, let's be honest. None of this was productive. Cargill did look uncharacteristically phased. At one point, she did. She really, really did, y'all. And I'm not joking around. This is no joking matter when I say this. And the Bow Wow stuff has absolutely nothing to do with the champion on her title. This stuff was not good at all. This was very, very cringe. It really was. Now, the pop for Soho was encouraging. Improved that, despite the changes that have occurred in the women's division. As far as Ruby Soho goes, my thoughts on her, she is still a popular member that could contribute in many ways. A feud with AJ could be fun if it is not relegated to a one-off on an episode of Rampage. My full thoughts on the best of 7 series, the Elite versus Death Triangle Match 3. These two trios teams are always willing to put on one heck of a match. But let's be honest, this was probably the weakest of the 3 matches to date. But oddly enough, had the best storytelling of it all, with the narrative involving the Elite's desperation to score a win and avoid a seemingly insurmountable 3-0 defected. I knew it was going to happen. I knew the Elite was going to get 1 and up eventually. I knew the Elite was going to make it 1 and 2. I knew it, man. It was basically a party match, if you will, a non-stop trios bout, the likes of which this company has long been known. It is perfectly fine if you like that kind of match. I like those matches, man. Those matches were great. That match was great, man. I can't see how anybody is not saying that this match is great. If you say that this match is not great, something is wrong with your freaking brains. Like, for real. This match was fantastic. I have no problem with it. I enjoyed the match for what it was. Now, the odds are that you were immensely entertained. If not, you probably hoped for a sweep so you could stop paying attention. Now, the Elite remains in the fight and will look to even up the series. In, I guess, 2 weeks at Winter is Coming. Now, when is AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming exactly? I'm getting ready to look up and tell you guys right now. So, Winter is Coming is taking place on December the 14th at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland, Texas for the 2nd consecutive year. That is where AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming is taking place. It will be an episode of Dynamite. So, That's going to be a really good episode. Adam Heyman Page versus Jon Moxley. You better believe that's on the card for winter it's coming. And you better believe Danielson versus MJF is going to be on the card for that episode as well. I mean, why would you not put that on the card? Or it could be booked on the card for Revolution. Just like I said, Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter. Just like I said, where Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter will be booked on the Revolution card. But anyways, guys, that is all of my thoughts on everything that was booked for AEW Dynamite. My thoughts on the matches and this Jay Cargill segment and everything. Now I'm going to be giving you guys your WWE and AEW Wednesday Midnight News. We're going to start with your WWE Wednesday Midnight News. We're going to start with the news on Sami Zayn. So, check this out, guys. WWE had much different original plans for Sami Zayn's Bloodline gear. Sami Zayn became one of the brightest WWE talents for his work as an honorary Uso in the Bloodline. Now, Zayn proved his worth as a credible star and seems to be enjoying his current run. Moreover, Sami has Bloodline all over his gear nowadays. And recently, costume designed Saraya Tone revealed an interesting fact about the actual plans for Sami Zayn's ring gear. Saraya Tone, formerly known as Mikage, or whoever he is, it's Sasha Banks' husband, obviously. I'm just going to say that. He wrestled on the independent circuit. He later became a WWE custom designer and majorly focused on crediting outfits for his wife, Sasha Banks. Furthermore, he revealed himself to be behind the ring gears of superstars such as Finn Balor and the former conspiracy theorist Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn's current outfit presentation, flanked by the colors of the Bloodline, are the brainchild of Saraya Tone. However, Tone revealed that the initial plan for Sami Zayn, Zayn's gear was very different from how it actually turned out to be. Although he believes that it all worked out for the better. Saraya Tone spoke about this on the recent episodes of the Not Sam podcast. He says here, and I quote, "So I've been working on Sammy's stuff for a little while. We had talked about putting honorary Uso on his tights, putting it on the shirt." Then he goes on to say, for whatever reason, things didn't progress as quickly as we wanted them to. And then he goes on to say that as far as the gear, then all of a sudden that movement comes where Roman Reigns bestows the shirt on him. I was telling him, yeah, if we had put honorary on your pants when you had wanted to, then you wouldn't have got that beat that we got then. And then he goes on to say, because now Roman honorary. Saraya Tone claims that he modeled much of Zayn's ring gear on Roman Reigns to first establish a deep connection between the Tribal Chief and the honorary Uso. Sami Zayn proved his loyalty to the Bloodline this past weekend at Survivor Series, playing a major part in the faction's victory inside the War Game structure. That was probably the greatest match on the 2022 Survivor Series War Games pay-per-view card. Easily. Bloodline versus Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens was great. It was fantastic. Booked well, everything. Everything you can say. Everything you can name off about this match, man. Anything you can think of. The match was even produced and written right, too. The Final 5 Men's War Games match. Alright, guys. Let me know what you think of that story. Moving on to the next news. So, Mandy Rose, the news on her. She is saying that Toxic Attraction's next goal is the WWE main roster goal. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking Toxic Attraction could possibly be up for the main roster call-up. Says here that Toxic Attraction has together dominated the NXT Women's Division for the part of the year. Together, the trios comprising of Mandy Rose, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan have held all the titles on NXT, having achieved everything there is to achieve in such a short span of time. Now, many fans are left to wonder what's next for the group. They're left to wonder what's next for the group. So, during a recent interview with Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Mandy Rose revealed that she wanted her Toxic Attraction stablemates to fully experience the main roster. She also mentioned that she would love to showcase herself along with Toxic Attraction. So this is what it says here, guys. It says here, and I quote, "I want Gigi and JC to be able to experience the main roster. I think being up on Raw or SmackDown, I've already proven myself, but I want to be able to showcase myself with my girls. Toxic Attraction. I think that's going to be really cool." End quote. Mandy continued to say that she thought it was time for her to join the main roster, considering she has beaten everyone in NXT. At this point, she defeated everyone in her way. She says, and I quote, "I'm at a point now where it's like, okay, who else can I beat in NXT? I totally don't mind remaining the champion for a long time. But I think it's time to rejoin the main roster." End quote. Toxic Attraction recently made their main roster debut as part of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. However, that was just a one-time thing that fans wouldn't mind seeing Toxic Attraction permanently on the main roster. Do you guys think that Toxic Attraction deserves to be on the main roster? Let me know in the live chat, please. I really appreciate it. Your next WWE Wednesday midnight news that we didn't get to go over was the news on KANE. So apparently, KANE, I don't know what's going on with him, but KANE is accused of imitating Knox County official to cover up scandal. Oh my, that sounds bad for KANE, man. Sounds like something Vince McMahon would do. Something Donald Trump would do. Something all these freaking political leans or Democrats or political or whatever. There's something a lot of bad people would do, man. But seriously, let's get to the real talk here. Let's get to the real stuff. WWE Hall of Famer KANE is certainly one of the most respected and loved superstars in the company. Now, KANE has competed in numerous matches in his career. Has been a part of several memorable moments. However, KANE had gotten himself into legal trouble as he has been implicated in a legal suit. Wow. I am shocked. I'm shocked to hear this. I'm sure you guys are shocked to hear this too. You're going to be more shocked to hear what I'm hearing. You're going to be more shocked to hear the more information I'm going to be going over for you guys about KANE. KANE, whose real name is Glenn Jacobs, is also the mayor of Knox County and has developed a reputation for being a very problematic individual. Now, this is largely due to his controversial takes on many matters. That controversy includes Kane's views on Wade versus Wu. Jacobs was allegedly involved in intimidating county official Paul White to participate in covering up a scandal where a county-owned golf court was being privately used by Jacobs' chief of staff. It was also alleged that they also utilized county employees' employment resources for his own personal use. The golf court basically used was begin the investigation. So the golf court used was what basically began the investigation. However, further efforts indicate that the workers being paid on county time were used for work done at the houses of Chief of Staff Brian Hare, former Parks and Recreation Director Paul White, and even Glenn Jacobs. According to a report by KNOX News, the 134-page lawsuit involving the claims was recently settled in detail. The context of the accusations against Jacobs. Officials stated that any labor done privately by county employees was done on their lunch breaks, and it didn't involve any county resources, regardless. Now, the lawsuit has been settled. Jacobs is unlikely to care now. Ringside News will keep monitoring this ongoing situation as more information will be known. If more information is given to me and other wrestling YouTube content creators, you know I'm bound to do AEW and AEW news live streams. I mean, I do them every week to give you guys your WWE and AEW news just so you can keep up with what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. That's what I do here. So, what are y'all's thoughts on that story? Let me know. Now, moving on to the next news here. This one is on DIJAK. We got some NXT news to go over. DIJAK finally made NXT in-ring return this week. Dominic Dijakovic had a forgettable run on the main roster as T-Bar. I don't know about an unforgettable run. I think he had a terrible run on the main roster, I'd say. I mean, he was wasted on TV, kept in Titus Catering until his release. Or at least until he was put back in NXT. I don't know. I don't know what they did with him, man. I know they wasted him and kept him in Titus Catering. That's all I know, man. But he had a terrible run on the main roster as T-Bar under the Vince McMahon regime. Now, Triple H took over as WWE's head booker and sent the big man back to NXT as DIJAK. This week, DIJAK made his in-ring return to the white and gold brand. I wish they would name it the black and gold brand instead of white and gold. Why do you have to call it white and gold? Nobody's going to remember that name. Nobody's going to like that name. As a matter of fact, there's already people not liking that name. I'd rather them name it the black and gold. Black and gold. That's what we loved. That's what we loved calling NXT, black and gold brand. Remember those vibes that we all had back in the day, you know, back in when NXT black and gold was a thing, back when we enjoyed matches like Andrade versus Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole versus Aleister Black, you know. I want to see black and gold back. I'm tired of this NXT white and gold. It's just not doing any good, dude. White and gold just doesn't feel the same as black and gold. It really does. It feels more like 2.0 right now, if you ask me. DIJAK wrestled his first match on NXT in 2 years. The big man squared off against Dante Chen in singles competition. DIJAK made quick work of Chen and picked up the following with a feast your eyes. DIJAK cut a promo after the match, promised to destroy everyone in his path. DIJAK made a shocking return to NXT following the main event contest between Wesley and Carmelo Hayes last week. DIJAK appeared after the North American Championship match with Zach Wesley, taking him out with a huge feast your eyes. What is y'all's take on this story? And are you guys a fan of DIJAK over on NXT? Let me know in the live chat. Please, the live chats are open for anybody who wants to talk, wants to chat. For anybody who's listening. All right, guys, we're going to move on. Your next WWE Wednesday Midnight News, we have on Shawn Michaels taking a shot at AEW ranking system during NXT this week. Now, why is Shawn Michaels doing that? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Shawn Michaels appeared on NXT this week to make a huge announcement regarding the Iron Survivor Challenge for NXT Deadline. The Heartbreak Kid threw a suitable shot at AEW's ranking system as well. Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, that Road Dogg. X-Pac, Alundra, Blaze, and Molly Holly appeared in a video package to reveal their picks for the men and women's Iron Survivor Series challenge during NXT this week, explaining his criteria for picking the participants for the innovative matchup. Michael said wins, losses, and in analytics, or analytics, should I say antics, maybe, doesn't matter to him. In other words, winning and losing doesn't matter to him. Fans on Twitter took it as a jab towards AEW's ranking system. Says here, and I quote, I don't mean that from a win and losses or analytics standpoint. End quote. NXT Deadline will emanate from the WWE Performance Center on December 10th, 2022. We move on from that to the news on Lyra Valkyria. Used to be known as AOV Valkyrie. WWE drops Lyra Valkyria's NXT debut tease this week. NXT is home to future WWE superstars and main eventers. The white and gold brand boosts an incredibly talented roster. Well, this week they teased the arrival of a new name to NXT. WWE aired a vignette for Lyra Valkyria during NXT this week. For those not in the know, Lyra Valkyria is the new ring name of AOV Valkyrie. Yeah, I just said that. Go figure. Just said that 5 minutes ago. I knew it right before I said it. Knew it and said it right before I said it, man. Says here, and I quote, Lyra Valkyria is coming soon. Ooh, spooky, like anybody's supposed to be scared. AOV Valkyrie is one of my favorite NXT UK female talents, man. She is great. She is great. I am glad that NXT is bringing somebody that is absolutely going to desperately boost that women's division. That women's division desperately needs fresh new female talent. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because most of them on that NXT women's roster, I am not a fan of at all. Besides Nikita Lyons, Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, Jane, and freaking and Katana Chance, maybe. I'm talking about those new female talent. All new female talent, they're not really that good. I mean, Tiffany Stratton isn't that bad, you know. Tiana James, at least she's trying. Adriana Rossi, she's trying too. I mean, she's not. She's trying. Lash Legend, heck no, terrible. She is freaking terrible. Alpha Fire, yeah, she's great. Isla Dawn, her gimmick is great, but her in-ring skills, kind of need to improve a little bit. Miku Satomura, the greatest of all time, she is great. Despite her old age, she's still great in the ring. She looks like she has not missed not one step in pro wrestling. Now, as far as The Rock's daughter goes, she has a long time to you know, get better and continue to make her gimmick relevant, continue to make her gimmick better, you know. The Rock's daughter, she has a long time before she will be on the main roster. That's all I got to say to that. Her gimmick looks great. Her character looks great, man. The Rock's daughter with black and red hair, I'll take that any day of the week. She'll fine as hell, but still. Now, Lyra Valkyria signed with WWE during the pandemic in 2020. She joined NXT UK. And see, that's how you know I need to get off, because I ain't get my stuff right. I feel sleepy, my eyes feel tired. And reminded with the brand till its closure. Valkyria last wrestled for NXT UK on August 26, 2022. Now, the WWE filed to trademark Lyra Valkyria in October. I didn't even know this. I'm just now knowing it, see? Something you guys didn't know either. According to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, the name was reserved for use by WWE for entertainment services. What is y'all's take on the story? Y'all's take on Lyra Valkyria? Were you guys a fan of AOP Valkyrie in her days in NXT UK? Yeah, I know I was. Raise your hand if you were a fan of AOP Valkyrie in her days in NXT UK. I'll raise my hand. Hey, I was. I'm still is a huge fan of her, man. She is going to do great things on NXT White and Gold if they book her and use her right on TV. And not bury her and waste her and keep her in Titus Catering and then release her from the company. No, we don't need to see that. We don't need to see her getting buried and treated like how Vince and Bruce treated her on TV. No. Sorry. So there's news on the participants of the Iron Survivor Challenge revealed on WWE NXT. So that's been revealed. Triple H took War Games to the main roster. And Shawn Michaels had to come up with a unique matchup for NXT's December premium live event slot. Those of you that are not in the know, PLE stands for Premium Live Event. Now, the Heartbreak Kid announced the Iron Survivor Challenge last week. He finally revealed that the participants of the revolutionary matchup. Now, Shawn Michaels made an appearance during NXT. Mr. WrestleMania was joined by fellow Hall of Famers. Oh, you didn't know who? Road Dogg, X-Pac, and Molly Holly. Of course, Michaels explained his criteria for being the participants of the matchup. I did say that earlier. Noting that NXT superstars with a successful overall year will compete in the Iron Survivor Challenge. The WWE Hall of Famer revealed Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough, Joe Gacy, and Grayson Waller will compete in the Men's Iron Savage Challenge. The fifth and final participant will be determined in a wild card match next week. Well, we all know it's not going to be DIJAK because he just started. So it could very well be the return of Ilja Dragunov. Who knows? We'll see. Or maybe Tyler Bate. Anyways, it says here that Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, and Kiana James will compete in Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. I bet Andrea Garcia, or should I say, Adriana Grace. I bet Adriana Grace wished she was in this match. She probably wished that she was in this freaking Iron match, man. A wild card match will be held next week on NXT to determine the 5th and final participant in both of those matches. NXT Deadline will feature separate Iron Savage Challenge matchups for the men and women of the white and gold brand. The winner of the two contests will challenge for the NXT and NXT Women's Championships at a future date. NXT Deadline takes place on December 10th, 2022. My WWE 2022 NXT Deadline live stream watch along will be live that day, so be sure you guys be in the live chat for that, because I'm interested in watching this NXT Deadline for a reason, to see whether it's going to deliver or not, which it probably will. I mean, if you got guys like Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough on there, then you know the show's going to deliver well. Even when you have female talents like Jay Story, Zoe Stark, you know it's bound to deliver in some way. I'm not going to say fully, but what's y'all's take on the story? Let me know. All right. Your next WWE Tuesday, or next WWE Wednesday midnight news we have is on the Usos. Woo! So. Just the news on the Usos achieving yet another incredible milestone in WWE. One and done. We the ones, man. The Usos are undoubtedly one of the most decorated tag teams in the history of WWE. No doubt about it. They really are. They're one of the greatest tag teams in WWE as well. Their accolades speak for themselves, and their stock only continues to increase with every passing week. Guys, comment an emoji in the chat if you're a fan of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. I know I am. I'm just going to tell you straight up right now, I am. They are doing great on television. Sami Zayn is the absolute MVP of the Bloodline, and I even had that in my title for my SmackDown review, I think. Let me see. No, I had that for my Survivor Series review. I had the title, Sami Zayn is the MVP. I thought I had it titled for my SmackDown review, only to find out I had it titled for my War Games review. Sami Zayn is the Bloodline's MVP. He's still, till this day, the Bloodline's MVP, man. I don't give a fuck what these negative WWE, AEW shields and degenerates in the community have to say about it, man. Really. They are no strangers to setting records, and they have achieved yet another incredible milestone in WWE. Now, a couple weeks ago, the Usos defeated New Day to become the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, surpassing New Day's record of 483 days. Their sheer dominance over the tag team division continued after that as well. In fact, the Usos have now crossed 500 days as the SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Wow, kudos to them. Give the Usos a round of applause. That's a lot of days, man. Seriously, adding another year, another feather to their cap. This cements them as the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champion in WWE history. If you didn't know, now you know. The Usos won the titles by defeating Rey and Dominic Mysterio at last year's Money in the Bank Premium Live event on July 18, 2021. They were also successful during the War Games match at Survivor Series. We'll have to wait and see how the Usos will be booked in the coming weeks as fans really started respecting them. The sky is truly the limit for Rikishi's twins. The fans can't wait to see what they will accomplish next. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure of that. Do you guys like the Usos? Yeah, hell yeah. For me, hell yeah. I should be asking you guys this. Do you guys like the Uso shit? Let me know. Tell me if you like the Usos or not, man. Are you guys enjoying the Usos as the undisputed tag team champions? Now, there's some news on Roman Reigns. WWE is apparently not continuing bold WrestleMania plan for Roman Reigns. Why? I have the answers to that. WWE has a lot of discussions to make on the road to WrestleMania 39. April the 1st and April the 2nd, we'll see WWE bring the greatest, should I say, the grandest stage of them all. I don't know if this WrestleMania is going to be the greatest, but the grandest stage of them all to SoFi Stadium. Fans are likely in store for a historic event. Oh, really? We'll see. We'll see when April comes, or should I say, we'll see when April gets here. Now, with that being said, one rumor plan going around is not being considered. Nero News tweeted out to discuss some plans that WWE is battling around for Roman Reigns. It was said the titles will be split by the end of the draft. Latest. Again, the titles will be split by the end of the draft. That was the latest. The draft will be after Mania. There is some talks, however, of Roman dropping both belts at Mania on night 1, second on night 2. Ringside News reached out by sources in the community. They reached out to verify this report. They are my only sources, by the way. I've been saying this for months now, for sure. But they verified this report because it would certainly be a bold booking decision for Roman Reigns. A tenured member of the WWE creative team. Listen to this, guys. This is serious. This is important. This is important WWE news right here. Who is privy to such discussions was quick to shoot down this report. So a tenured member of the WWE creative team shot down this report, and they said, and I quote, "It's obvious this person has no real source on the inside," because he is referring to discussions that have never taken place. End quote. Ringside were able to report that WWE is still considering the next date for the draft. There is no confirmation exactly when the next WWE draft will go down. Ringside News exclusively reported that The Rock is a virtual lock for WrestleMania 39. The Great One is very busy with his loaded schedule. So if the N, or should I say the XFL, opening next year, that could provide him some downtime to get back in the ring. Only time will tell what WWE plans on doing as things heat up with WrestleMania season. Quicker than a cheetah can run. Faster than a roach can run, anyway. But the company is not planning on Roman Reigns dropping his titles on each night of the shows. I'm sure you guys know what I mean by shows, man. Y'all's take on this plan? I'm waiting. I want to see some comments in the live chat about this plan. Sassy, I know you got one, man. Dawson, I know you got one. Somebody got one, man. Somebody got to say something, man. Anyways, guys, that is not your only WWE Wednesday midnight news I have. I also happen to have some Wednesday night news on WWE releasing Wendesday bonus after an incident at recent Mexico live event. Now, what that's about, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys exactly what that was about and exactly why they released her from that Mexico live event. Now, WWE is an ever-expanding global enterprise. Of course, you all know that. as it continues to make in the countries all over the world. WWE has a strong foothold in Mexico. Mexico, yeah, yo Mexico. Anyways, as such, they have their own representative there. However, one such representative is no longer part of the company after a recent WWE live event. My sources Ringside News reported that during the WWE live event in Mexico City, Mexico, on November the 30th, Spanish presenter Wendesday wanted to give an unplanned spot on the show to one of her friends. Oh, okay. The friend was a wrestling YouTuber from Spain named Phobic. That's her name. Her or his name. This created quite an uncomfortable situation. Phobic jumped the barricade after Wendesday encouraged him, which led to Byron Saxton looking very uncomfortable. Bones ordered them not to do anything to him, and this puzzled Saxton. The incident continued afterwards, and this left many fans confused, as they had no idea who the YouTuber was, leading them to believe something dangerous was going on. Now, to give more context, Wendesday and Phobic worked together for WWE and appeared in a story that their followers described as the best WrestleMania storyline. Sorry, I got cut off. I thought I seen something flying in here. According to a report by Solo Wrestling, this incident was the exact reason why WWE fired Wendesday. Bones. This would also explain why Bones has been absent from WWE-related productions for 2 weeks now, including the Survivor Series Spanish preview and the company's Spanish Instagram page. Now, to further back up the report, says Ringside News, Wendesday Bones herself liked a comment asking about her release on Instagram. Bones was part of the WWE family for many years, representing the company in Mexico, conducting interviews in Spanish for WWE's Roach, and being part of the previews of WWE Premium Live events. It is a shame, very, very sad to see her go, but perhaps she will know better than to pull a stunt, a dumb, stupid stunt like that in the future. I will show you guys photos and videos of her real quick. Give me a minute. I will show you guys that video first that Ringside News had sent to me, had showed me and everybody else on their website. I actually have an account on their website, so I know that's where I get my news from. Now, I'm going to show you guys this video that they got. You're not going to believe this. This is going to shock a lot of you, man. I'm telling you right now. This is going to have you looking like, what is he doing? Why is he jumping over the barricade like a stupid, complete, effing idiot? I'm telling you right now. It's going to have your boots shaking, man. The video that I'm about to show you guys. I tried to turn my music off, but I ended up pushing the wrong button. All right, here we go, guys. On the count of 3, I'm going to play the video that Ringside News showed on Instagram. In 3, 2, 1.
¿Qué sorpresa tienes para mí?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for a brief intermission.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias a cada uno de ustedes. Gracias. Y quiero que se despidan, por favor, un fuerte grito para que
Okay, Byron Sexton looked at her like,
después
ooh.
reciban en un premium live a
Go from there.
WWE. Gracias y sigan disfrutando del show.
Yo, amigo. Why you didn't jump the barricade? She would have never been. Had you not jumped the barricade, she would have never been fired, amigo. Man, yo, amigo. Why did you have to get her fired, man? Come on, bro. You didn't make the right decision. You should have never jumped that barricade, man. You should have been staying in the arena, staying in the crowd. Should have been doing what the fans were doing, which is watching, staying, sitting down, watching the show. That's all I got to say to that. Oh, here's a photo of her. This is the latest photo right here. Look at that. Boom. Her old WrestleMania photo of her. If only she would have never told that guy or let that guy jump over the barricade. Hadn't he not jumped over the barricade, she would have never been fired. But no, she decided to let him jump on that barricade anyway. You know what happened? She got fired. I don't know why you would have a fan hold the barricade. You know that doesn't allow that. That's the only moment that fan's gonna have in the WWE. I'll tell you that. And they're probably blocking him from attending a WWE event. He probably will never get to attend a Mexican City event ever again. He is never going to be able to attend a Mexico City WWE live event ever again, man. After that, I'm pretty sure that's what WWE said on Twitter. Pretty sure they said it on social media already, I'm sure. Going on to the next news, guys. This one is exclusive. So WWE Creative is, I guess, seemingly reportedly in the dark regarding reported pitch black match. What this is referring to, we are about to find out. So WWE's biggest event of 2023 is already shaping up to be a beast for rumor mill. We, says Ringside News, have to address one reported plan for the Royal Rumble as the road to WrestleMania kicks off. It was previously reported that a pitch that was made for a pitch black match, and it was being seriously considered for the Royal Rumble event. As interesting as that idea might be for Bray Wyatt, it's not something being discussed with the entire creative team. Weird. Ringside News asked around about this reported plan for the Royal Rumble. A tenured source in the creative team told them that they have not heard. Then it was floated to us that maybe they talked to Rob Fee. They brought in horror director Rob Fee for Bray Wyatt's unique direction. Ringside News exclusively reported that he had heat backstage because he took credit for Wyatt's return angle. If these plans are in place, then they are not being discussed within WWE creative meetings. Bray Wyatt's current creative direction is kept in a close circle with director Rob Fee, Triple H, Bray Wyatt, and a couple select individuals. plans for Bray Wyatt are not openly discussed in this matter. Bray Wyatt and LA Knight are currently involved in an ongoing storyline. Only time will tell what WWE has planned for their feud, but Bray Wyatt's plans are usually kept very close to the vest. Let's y'all's take on WWE looking for Bray Wyatt since his return. Let me know in the please. I really appreciate it. Let's get some more people in here too. I don't want dead live chat. I hate to have dead live chat. I hate to have one person watching and then there's nobody else in it. So apparently WWE Butch's Elimination Chamber 2023 resale code. WWE is always looking ahead for their next biggest premium live event, especially when it comes to next year. As previously reported, it was officially confirmed that the Elimination Chamber premium live event will be held on February 18th, 2023 from the Bell Century in Montreal. So I'm guessing this will be after. Oh no, it won't be after the WWE or the. It won't be after the WWE draft or WrestleMania 39. It won't be. Okay, good. So that means all of the matches that I mentioned on my Survivor Series and Monday Night Raw reviews will be booked for that pay-per-view then. I was the only one that confirmed all the matches that will be booked for Elimination Chamber on my Monday Night Raw review. I was the first person in the wrestling community that confirmed all the matches that will be booked for Elimination Chamber. We're getting Bayley versus Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair versus Alexa, Candice LeRae versus Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley versus Mia. But then that, and we're probably getting all the members of the OC versus Judgment Day, Elimination Chamber. I could definitely see Matt Riddle versus Elias as a possibility for Elimination Chamber, because that will lead to Elias losing, turning on Matt Riddle, and then, you know, Dexter Lumis coming out, setting up an Elias Dexter Lumis feud, stuff like that. And I could see Austin Theory defending his United States Championship against Seth Rollins for Elimination Chamber. I can see that match happening too, since Edge won't be back yet. We could probably get Edge versus Bobby Lashley for WrestleMania 39. You know, who knows? I would love to see John Cena versus Stone Cold. I don't mind seeing that. I really don't. As far as Logan Paul goes, he's just gonna have to be in the seats and watching all the matches. I don't want to see Logan Paul wrestle. I don't want to see Logan Paul wrestle at WrestleMania 39. He's not even a wrestler, dude. Like, relax with using Logan Paul on TV. He's not a wrestler. He's a celebrator. He should be in the crowd. He should be in a seat watching all the matches. He shouldn't be booked in matches in wrestling. It's the way I see it. I mean, I know he was great in his match against Roman Reigns, but come on. Seriously. If you legitimately think that he's a wrestler, there's something wrong with your brain. Seriously. You got screws in your head or something, man, to be thinking that he is a wrestler. When clearly you know, deep down in your heart, you know he's not. Now, this will be the first premium live event in Montreal since Breaking Point 2009. First special in Canada since SummerSlam 2019. Needless to say, there is a lot of demand to get tickets for the show. According to WrestleTix on Twitter, the code WWE MTL isn't working at the moment for, Elimination Chamber. However, the code WWE VIP is working for a very limited release. So the last WWE Elimination Chamber event took place on February 19, 2022 in Saudi Arabia. WWE also put out a poster for 2023's Elimination Chamber event poster. 2023 Elimination Chamber poster features many top stars. They didn't really include Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, Liv Morgan, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair, and Kevin Owens are all future. This company usually doesn't remove any top stars who will appear at the event. So it is very possible that Reigns will not compete at WWE Elimination Chamber. He's not. Something tells me that we are getting Bobby Lashley, either Bobby Lashley versus Edge, or Bobby Lashley will be added to the United States Championship match again. So we'll probably get another United States Triple Threat match between Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley. I hope we just get Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Why don't they have Edge come back and have Edge feud with Bobby Lashley? Have Bobby Lashley as a heel, have Edge as a babyface. We get Edge versus Bobby Lashley for Elimination Chamber. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, shouldn't Edge be recovered? Shouldn't Edge be medically cleared to return by now? I mean, it's been about maybe 4 or 5 months already. He should be ready to return anytime soon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not, but I think it'll be a good match still. Nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley rematch. I'm sorry. Enough's enough with that. Why would you want to continue Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley when Brock Lesnar is barely on WWE television? I mean, even Brock Lesnar himself probably realizes that WWE doesn't need him. It's true, they don't need him. They really don't, if you ask me. They really don't need Lesnar. People are saying, oh, but WWE does need Lesnar. It's not true. Now, I can't wait for the Elimination Chamber, and I'm sure you guys can't either. I hope y'all give me y'all's take on this story, I hope. So I got some news on the Monday Night Raw viewership. So Monday Night Raw viewership sees slight viewership boost after Survivor Series War Games. Yes, Monday Night Raw viewership deserves the boost up this week. I mean, Monday Night Raw this week was a great show. Outside of the Miz versus Dexter Lumis, I mean, I really enjoyed that match that much. I really didn't. But WWE did brought in a big Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series with the first hour of the show going commercial free. How did the viewership turn out with so much competition? According to WrestleNomics, here we go, guys. So the viewership for November the 8th edition of Monday Night Raw brought in an overnight average of 1.688 million viewers with a 0.40 in the 18 to 49 demographic. The November the 21st edition of Raw brought in an overnight average of 1,640,000 viewers with a 0.41 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Now, in November 14th episode of Monday Night Raw brought in an overnight average of 1.648 million views with a 0.44 in it, structured 18 to 49 demographic. In November 17th episode of Monday Night Raw brought in an average of 1,593,000 viewers with a 0.23 to 18 to 49 demographic. Now, the October 31st episode of Raw brought in an overnight viewership of 1.5 million with a 0.36 and 18 to 49 demographic. The October 24th episode of Monday Night Raw brought in an overnight average of 1,641,000 viewers with a 0.45 and 18 to 49 demographic. The October 17th episode of Monday Night Raw brought in an average of 1,804,000 viewers with a .50 in the 18 to 49 demographic. And October the 10th episode of Monday Night Raw, Brian, overnight average of 1,824,000 viewers with a .55 and 18 to 49 demographic. October the 3rd episode of Monday Night Raw, Brian, overnight average of 1,599,000 viewers with a .40 in the 18 to 49 demographics. The September the 26th episode of the September 26th episode of Monday Night Raw, Brian, overnight average of 1.674 million viewers, 0.45 and 18.9 demographic. You can tell I'm getting sleepy because I'm talking in my sleep now. Very hilarious, man. September the 19th episode of Raw, Brian, viewership 1,594,000 faith, 0.45 and 18.49 demographic. Monday Night Raw, Brian, overnight average of 1,710,000 viewers for their September the 12th episode. They also ranked in a .44 rating in the treasured 18.9 demographic. Monday Night Football caused some big competition for them. September the 5th episode of Monday Night Raw, running an overnight average of 2.054 million viewers with a .58 in the 18-49 demographic. This was a good showing for Labor Day. So we'll have to see how WWE scores in the months to come. I will be keeping an eye on that for you guys. My sources will as well. So they'll let me know what the new Monday Night Raw viewership is. So there's some news on Karrion Kross and Scarlett. So if you are a Scarlett and Karrion Kross fan, you better be in live chat listening. And you better have your ears open bigger than a freaking tower for this one. So they are set for a fan event ahead of SmackDown this Friday night. That's when SmackDown's taking place. Karrion Kross had a brilliant time in NXT where he won the NXT Championship twice. However, none of that mattered after he was called up to the main roster and was utterly humiliated every week by Vince and Bruce. He has since returned to WWE and has been booked better. All because of one person, that's Paul Levesque, Triple H. He will also be appearing for a meet and greet ahead of SmackDown this week. Kross returned to WWE, immediately attacked Drew McIntyre during the closing moments of SmackDown back in August. He had a long feud with McIntyre, but that is over now. Finally, thank God. He can move on to new feuds now. The Key Bank Center took to Twitter and officially announced that Karrion Kross and his wife Scarlett will be appearing during the Buffalo Sabres game tomorrow for a meet and greet ahead of Friday Night SmackDown this week. Kross reacted to the announcement as well. He said, and I quote, "See you all tomorrow," end quote. Karrion Kross is currently feuding with Emma and her boyfriend Madcap Moss on the Blue brand. Have to wait and see how long this feud will last. I simply want Kross to go after Roman Reigns next. What's y'all's take on Karrion Kross? Let me know. You guys think they're going to turn Karrion Kross face for his feud with Roman Reigns? I mean, how is anyone going to enjoy a heel feuding with a heel? I mean, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all, man. And that is going to do it for your WWE Wednesday Midnight News. I'm going to give you guys your AEW Midnight News, and then I'm getting the hell out of here. I am tired. I'm ready to lay in the bed and just fall asleep, man. For real. All right, guys. So, we're going to start with the news on AEW canceling creative plans for CM Punk. I did not go over that because I skipped it. I skipped it yesterday. I skipped it yesterday and the day before. So, Punk has always been in the center of controversy in professional wrestling business. Punk has been absent for AEW ever since the infamous all-out backstage brawl with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. While the three superstars returned to AEW television, Punk has not. Now, AEW Superstar has apparently given an update on Punk's status with the company. The best in the world made his return to the wrestling business after a 7-year hiatus in 2021. CM Punk joined Tony Khan's AEW company and was immediately positioned to be a marquee attraction to the promotion. He even reigned as a two-time AEW World Champion for the company. CM Punk's last title win came on the same fateful night he was involved in the backstage brawl with the Elite. Following the AEW All Out Media scrum, now it appears that Stokely Holloway has seen Punk's exit from the company. The manager of the firm spoke on the situation during his appearance on Renee Young's podcast, The Sessions. It says here, and I quote, this is what it says. It says here, and I quote, that everything that was supposed to happen with the firm did not happen. Back at All Out, what happened immediately after the pay-per-view, that was a huge part of it. The person we were supposed to directly feud with is no longer in the company. Oh, God. So let's stop that right there. You mean to tell me that CM Punk's next feud was going to be with the firm? Oh my God, that would have been so boring, dude. Oh my God, that would have been one of the worst feuds in AEW. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm glad that feud didn't happen. We do not need CM Punk feuding with the firm. If they think that is a way to get CM Punk built up, to get CM Punk up to the top of the men's division, then I don't know what else to tell you. That would have been a major issue right there, man. Well, he goes on to say that was one thing I was looking forward to because I was hand chosen for that role. I'm just going to say it. I don't know the specifics about people choosing sides. I just know that CM Punk said, hey, I want to work with this guy. That means a lot, regardless of what has happened. The latest word going around is that CM Punk is still under contract with AEW to talk for a buyout. CM Punk's contract came to a hold due to negotiations surrounding the non-compete clause in his contract. Do you think CM Punk has officially exited AEW? I think he has. But do you guys think he has exited? Sound off in the comments. Now, the next AEW Wednesday Midnight News I have is on Tony Khan. So apparently he wants to see Ricky Steamboat back in AEW. And I think I have the answers to why. Ricky Steamboat returned to the ring on November 27th at Big Time Wrestling, teaming with FTR to battle Jay Lethal, Brian Shin, and Nick Aldis. It was Steamboat's first match since 2010. It's still unclear whether Steamboat will return to AEW. Tony Khan would probably welcome him back in any capacity. Tony Khan mentioned it on Busted Open Radio when Tommy Dreamer suggested Steamboat wrestling in AEW. Tony feels Ricky Steamboat return to the ring is amazing. He also expressed his excitement over Dax Harwood fighting Brian to two of the best pro wrestlers in the world. He says here that quote, I think it's amazing that Ricky Steamboat got back in the ring. FTR, one of the greatest tag teams on the planet. I'm excited for Dax Harwood to go one-on-one with Bryan Danielson. which they did. They did go one-on-one. It was a very good match. Two of the best professional wrestlers in the world. Certainly something to think about. Rick Steamboat's last match, one of my personal heroes. Somebody as a kid, one of my all-time favorites. And to this day, one of my all-time favorites. I do think he was a great part of AEW already when he came in as the guest timekeeper. Egg quote, says Tony Khan. On August the 17th, Steamboat appeared in the House of the Dragon episode of AEW Dynamite. He appeared with Chris Jericho in a backstage segment. He was the guest timekeeper for Danielson versus Daniel Garcia. And I quote, I would love to have Ricky Steamboat back in AEW anytime. And quote, Danielson will compete in a singles competition on Wednesday's AEW Dynamite against Dash Harwood, which they did. It was a great match, man. Danielson and Dax Harwood killed it, even though it was not the match of the year candidate. But the post-match embrace reminded fans that both men are babyfaces and will remain that way. More importantly, it was a show of respect between the two great professional wrestlers who have carried the promotion on their backs here in 2022. The way I see it. So. Moving on, guys. Moving on. So AR Fox officially signed with AEW. AEW is always looking to bring in more talent to its already loaded roster, of course. That's no surprise to me. A couple weeks ago, indie wrestler AR Fox impressed fans with his in-ring skills during an episode of AEW Dynamite. Now it seems AR Fox is officially all elite. AR Fox made his debut as he teamed with Top Flight to square off against PAC, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Rey Fenix for their AEW Trios Championships. After the match, it was revealed that Fox was offered a contract with the company. AEW President Tony Khan Twitter and officially announced that AR Fox had signed with the company and would be a permanent member of the AEW family. Fox previously competed in Lucha Underground under named Dante Fox, where he the Lions Square Street, who wrestled as basically Killshot at that time. We'll have to see how he will be booked in AEW next year. And this end of the year as well. Now, your last AEW Wednesday midnight news I have on an injured AEW star spotted around tonight's Dynamite location. And that AEW star happens to be none other than the return of Ruby Soho. AEW has a lot of people on the roster who are actually currently on the shelf. It appears that we saw a return because an injury star was around. Strong staff reported behind Fight with Payroll that Ruby Soho was spotted near the site. This week's AEW Dynamite former White Squad leader has been out of action for a while with a broken nose. Go figure, because she returned. And she was right behind Tay Conti. She delivered the Destination Unknown to Tay Conti on the stage steps, so to speak, or on the concrete. This was a great return. She got over the fans well with her return, man. It was also reported that the outlet has not heard any plans on if she's set for a return. She was. She was just on screen last night. Plan for on-screen content or even plan to attend the show whatsoever. Ruby Soho is currently living in nearby Lafayette, Louisiana. We also explain why she is backstage. Only time will tell if she will continue her momentum. She has a lot of fans pulling for her. What's y'all's take on Ruby Soho's AEW booking? Now, that is going to do it for your donating AEW Wednesday Midnight News. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Again, if you enjoyed the AEW Dynamite review, hit that thumbs up. Let's get more likes on the stream. Minimum, no excuses, no complaints, and no lacking. All right? No being lazy. Hit the thumbs up on the streams. You gotta be doing that every week, man. Your likes, your support for the channel is helping me out a lot. It's helping the channel out in a lot of ways that you don't realize. I'm telling you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, well, I found a way to watch Friday Night SmackDown, and that is on Fox.com. If you didn't know, now you know. I can watch it on FS1 on Fox.com. I realized that when I looked up Fox.com, man. So I'm gonna have to let my mom know. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the live chat for, I think, for SmackDown and Rampage. I got my schedule. I'm gonna be posting next week's schedule this week. Let me see if I have it posted here. Yes, I do. Look, I may be doing a WWE and AEW Friday night, or should I say Friday afternoon news live stream. I'm not sure. If I don't go live with a WWE and AEW Friday afternoon news live stream, then I will see you guys in the live chat for SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Your SmackDown and AEW Rampage watch along will be scheduled today before I go to work. So it'll be live Friday night. And as far as Saturday goes, I'll be live for your SmackDown and Rampage watch along. And of course, Sunday, I will be live for your WWE and AEW Sunday Night News live stream number, let me see. Let me check. So I don't even think I know the number, man. I'll be live for you doing AEW Sunday Night News live stream number 2. So I'll see you guys in live chat for SmackDown Rampage. And I hope you guys have a good, lovely Thursday, because I have to sleep. I need some sleep because I got to get ready for work in the afternoon. Because I'm going to try to go to work early today. I'm going to try to go to work early today and get Thursday out the way. So that way I'll be off till Monday, man. So I'll be glad when I'll be off again. Really. Feel like I've got enough hours at my job, over there at my job. Man. I feel like the new people need more hours, man, than I do. You know, I've worked there 4 years, you know. Because I'm leaving that year, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get prepared for that, you know. And when I do leave that job, I will be back live with my Monday Night Raw watch-alongs and reviews again. And then I can eventually go live my NXT watch-alongs and reviews, which would be great. I can still go live my NXT reviews and watch-alongs, but now, actually I can't because I still work every Tuesday. But like I said, whenever I quit KFC next year, I'll be able to go live for my Monday Night Raw, NXT watch-alongs and reviews all over again, which will be great. Now, if the NXT Monday Night Raw episodes are bad, then I'm not going to go live. I am not going to go live for the Raw or NXT watch-alongs or reviews. Now, if they are good, they're somewhat interesting, and they somewhat deliver, yeah, I'll go live for both reviews and watch-alongs. That's usually the way I do things, as far as my schedule goes. Anyways, folks, peace. Have a lovely Thursday. Stay safe always, because it's always so much crime out here. There's always people shooting and killing people, man. People stabbing people. And then you got neighbors leaving dogs outside with no fucking food and water. It's just sad. There's a lot of things going on out here. Keep establishing yourselves, because one day you never know what life will bring you next, man. I'm trying, man. I haven't been myself lately. I haven't been myself this whole year or last year because of all these deaths in my family, and just I keep making mistakes and stuff. I keep making some mistakes, you know. I'm trying to get myself together, man. I really am. Some people say they feel like I'm doing good, but some people say I'm not doing good, and I kind of ain't doing good. I mean, they got a point. They kind of got a point, though. I am doing good, and I'm not doing good at the same time. There's a reason why I am doing good, and there's a tiny bit of reason why I'm not doing good. But anyways, I'm out of here. Please take care of yourselves, and please be in the live chat for SmackDown Rampage Watch Along. I want the biggest audience possible, man. Like, really. I wanted to see at least like 5 or 6 people in here. It's Friday night in the live chats. Peace. See you guys in the live chat for Friday SmackDown Rampage. Make sure you have your drinks ready, your meals ready, because we're going to talk wrestling, horror movies, Christmas, plans for Christmas weekend, and who your favorite wrestler is, and all this stuff. I'm going to talk a lot of stuff, man. And I might even go live with a freaking ID watch-along. I may go live for the watch-along for ID. I'm not sure. That Homicide Hunter shit was great, man. I enjoyed myself that night. Holy shit, man. I enjoyed trying to entertain y'all, try to make y'all laugh. If you guys haven't checked out my Homicide Hunter, The Devil's Mountain, and Christmas Day Murder watch-along, go check it out, man. I had a lot to say about that. I had a lot to say about them shows on there, man. Dude, I can't believe it. They found a skeleton that looked like a zombie, dude. They found human remains that look like a zombie. I can't believe it. It shocked me, dude. It was just, oh my God. It was just horrifying and sickening. But thank you guys for joining the live chat for my Dynamite review, as well as for your AEW Wednesday Midnight News. Share the stream to all social media platforms. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you have on your notifications so you get notified on when my reviews and watch-alongs go live, or when I'm live streaming a game, or, you know, just content that I know you all are interested in watching and seeing and hearing. And we now have 503 subscribers. We got 2 new subscribers. And I just want to wish my 2 new subscribers a happy welcome to the IWN YouTube channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy countless of streams and videos I have here. So, to my new 2 subscribers, be sure you go check out my Survivor Series Monday Night Raw review. Get a thumbs up on those, man. I'm going to be posting the voting poll on how I did on my AEW Dynamite November 30, 2022 review. I hope nobody votes bad, because I felt like I didn't do that bad on my Dynamite review. But when the stream ends, let me know in the comments how I did. And vote on the voting poll, whether I did good, bad, or not. Or okay. I mean, if you think I did bad, and it's okay. There's ways for me to improve. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not crying. You don't see me crying. See you guys Friday night, everybody. Peace.